Hello there. In this video, I am going to show you how to build custom data table in Livewire. So this data table, we can sort fields, then we can search, and then we can show entries depending on the number. So I'll just have to decrease that. I'll show it to you later on. So what happens? How do we get to this point? First, we have these attributes here. We have the search param that is used in the searching. Then we have the per page. This shows the number of records to retrieve per page. So let me put this to 1. As you can see, we now have 1 per page. So if we put it back to 10, we shall have 10 per page. So you have then the sort field. This one determines the field in which we are sorting this data, whether it is ascending or descending, depending on the records in a given column. Then we have the sort direction. This one determines whether it is ascending or descending. So next we have this sort by function that we are going to look at, but for now let us first go to the bottom and see how we load this data. So to load this data in the render method, we query our database to return all service types, where the name is like search param. So currently this doesn't work because we haven't typed any text, but if we type, you can see it comes into play. So where the name is like whatever our search parameter is, or the description is like our search parameter, and then we order by the sort field and then the sort direction, and then we paginate. After we passing this variable into the compact method that we shall then use in our bed file. So let me explain how this works. So our order by, just like in SQL, we return data in a given order. So we are basing on a sort field. So sort field currently is our name. So in other words, we're going to return fields in our table where in descending order basing on the name. So come back and then the sort direction. So direction is either ascending or descending. So when we pass this data to our update file via this compact method, we come to our update file and then we loop. So if the count service types is greater than 0, then we shall loop over it right here. After looping, that's when we display, of course, the name and the description plus these two icons. Now, what's important for now, we must now know how are we able to sort this. How are we able to do that? To do that, we come up top. In our table header, we have a wire click where we call the sort method. So in Livewire, a wire click is like basically an on click in JavaScript. So when you click, an action happens. So we call a method and pass in a parameter name. Also here we call the method sort by, passing a description. It means if we click this, we are going to sort this data by this given parameter that you have passed in. So if we click on name, it will be sorted by name. If we click on description, it will be sorted by description. So if we come back to our class and we go to the sort by, here we are obtaining the parameter that we passed, and then we come here. So if the parameter that we clicked on is the one already being used in the sorting, we shall just toggle its direction. If it is ascending, we give it descending, else ascending. And then if it is not the field that is currently being used to sort, then we shall set it as the field to now be used to sort, and then the sort direction of descending. So for example, if we are on name and we now click on description, we set description to be the one used in sorting, and then the direction to be descending. So next we have the per page. Per page determines the number of records retrieved from the database. So here we have 10. So if I if I set this to 1, so we can see we are returning by 1. So if I come if I come back to my blade view, and I'm going to just say this should be 1, and then this should be 2, maybe 3, just for demonstration purposes. So by default we are only returning 1. So if I come and I say per page, I now want to have 2. As you can see, 2 records are retrieved. If I say I want to sort by 3 records are retrieved. So all this is done using Livewire. Means the custom data tables, they are very fast and easy to implement, and they are server side. So in case you have a lot of data, you don't need to stress, it is server side. So if you're having like less than 100,000 records and you're using data tables, the one that I'm sure you've used before in your applications, which is a front end, you have to load 100,000 records for it to work, whereas here it's just server side. So next we have our search that I want to now show, because if we start searching and let's say for our search to work, let me load more columns. I'll come back here and I say load 10. So if I search for payments, PAY, as you can see, others go away, and then it is the only one that shows. How does it work? We have a search param here, and we use it when we are querying this data. So when we are querying for service types, we want the name where it's like whatever our search parameter is. So by default, if the search parameter is empty, all records will be retrieved. However, when we start typing, we call the search parameter here. So in Livewire, we have the wire model. This is basically, it implements two-way data binding. However, if we say live, it means this action is going to be this search parameter is going to change in real time. So whenever we type a letter, whenever we press a keystroke on our keyboard, it updates, and when it updates, it comes back and renders the page by calling this data here. So this will be called every time we type, and then that's how you see this data changes. If we now say transfer, data changes. So if you say you have the word sample here, if you say sample, you can see data changes. So this is basically one of the easiest ways to build your own custom data tables. It is very efficient, very easy to implement. So I hope you like this video and you've understood what I've showcased here. But in case you have any questions, you can leave a comment. Otherwise, you can as well like this video and also subscribe. Other than that, see you in the next video. Bye.